Hey guys, it's me Devin, and today I have my long-awaited June wrap-up and July TBR. Now, June was a very, very bad month for me. I've only read one book, and I believe that was at the very beginning, and the rest of June I just read parts of other books, but never finished those books. So let's get started with the one book I did read in June. And that book is The Crown of Embers by Rae Carson. This is the second book in the Girl of Fire and Thorns trilogy, and this is a high fantasy young adult book. This series I absolutely love. It's very fast-paced. The main character has a great character arc, and it's just everything that's good in YA fantasy. So if you haven't picked this up, you definitely should. Instead of doing a review on every book in the trilogy, I'm doing a series review when I finally finish the third book, The Bitter Kingdom. So look forward to that. Now, the rest of June I just picked up random books, and I'm going to show you the books that I'm currently in the middle of now. The first book I am currently in the middle of is Dust and Decay by Jonathan Mayberry. I'm about, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, I don't even have my bookmark in here. I'm on page 160 out of like 400, so I'm a third of the way done. I'm listening to this on audiobook and really loving it, and I'm tabbing it as I go, so I've got a few tabs in there now. So, enjoying this. The next book I started reading was Riptide by Cat Falls. This is the second book in the Dark Life duology. I am about 30 pages in, and I'll hopefully be finishing this in July. The next book I am currently reading is The Bitter Kingdom by Rae Carson. This is the third book to the Girl of Fire and Thorns trilogy. This one I'm about, can you see my bookmark? It's right there. I'm about, a fourth into it, and I'm really loving it. I can't finish it because I don't want the series to end, so I'm going to push through and hopefully finish this month as well. And the final book that I am currently reading, which I just started last night, is 100 Heartbeats, A Race to Save the Earth's Most Endangered Species by Jeff Corwin. This was in my June book haul, and I was gushing about how I absolutely love Jeff Corwin in this book, so even if you don't like reading nonfiction, definitely pick this up. So that's all for my June wrap-up. As I said before, I read one book. I started 4. And for July, I'm trying to push myself more. Those 4 books that I'm currently reading, I'm hoping to finish. And then besides that, I'm hoping to add another 7 to 8 books to my TBR. So hopefully, in July, I'll be able to finish at least 10 books. So those were the first 4 I just showed you. And let's get on to the other ones. And then I'll do my TBR jars. The first book on my July TBR is a new release. I think it released last month in June. And that is Vivian Devine is Dead by Lauren Sable. Her life sucks right now, and then there's a person trying to kill her. So she, as a movie star, has got to go on the run, and it's kind of like a cat and mouse type chase book. But what makes it even better is you never know who's chasing her or why. So every person she meets is kind of like, are you the one that's trying to kill me? But why are you trying to kill me? Why did you kill my mom? What's so important with me? So I'm really looking forward to it. It's really short. It's not even it's 270 pages, so hopefully I enjoy this. The next book I want to pick up is The Geography of You and Me by Jennifer E. Smith. This is Jennifer's third standalone novel, and I read her first book, The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight, and I gave that 5 out of 5 stars. She came out with another book called This Is What Happy Looks Like, but I haven't really been in the mood, but I really wanted to try this. This basically follows 2 teens as they get stuck in an elevator in New York City, and it kind of follows how they kind of fall in love or become friends and then fall for each other, but they end up separating. One moves to like Europe and the other one moves to California, and they're still talking, and then one day they meet up again, and it just sounds so cute. I don't really read that much contemporary, but Jennifer E. Smith has done amazing things with that statistical probability book, so I think I'm going to love this. The next 2 books on my July TBR are part of my level challenge that I'm doing, and I replaced 2 books with these for the books recommended to me because the other 2 I couldn't get into. The first book, which I had put down last month because I just couldn't get into, is Mistwood by Lee Sipis. I am about that much through. It's not bad, I couldn't, I was in like a slump or something. Don't yell at me. It's not my fault. But this book is really good. It's a fantasy novel. It's a standalone, and there is a companion book. So hopefully when I finish this, I'll pick up that. And the second book for this level challenge I am doing is Deep Blue by Jennifer Donnelly. This is a mermaid book. I believe it's a quartet, so I believe there's 4 books. And I got an excerpt from the second book while I was at BookCon. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I haven't read a mermaid book before, I don't believe. Like maybe when I was little, but not now. And I actually started it. So I think I'm on page 20. So I love the idea of this story, so hopefully I'll enjoy this. The next book on my July TBR is Valkyrie Rising by Ingrid Poulsen. This basically is a paranormal book about Valkyries, and it takes place in Norway, which I think is awesome. And it's a standalone, I believe, so that makes it even better. And I've started this one as well. I'm only like 10 pages in, and of course I put it down because I was in a reading slump. So hopefully I'll get to this one as well. And the last book on my planned TBR is Slayers by C.J. Hill. This is a dragon book, and I believe it's a trilogy. So I haven't read dragon books since Aragon and Voices of Dragons, and I've heard really good things. This has got like a 4.7 rating, so I'm hoping I love it. I have another copy with a better cover of it, so if you want to see the other cover, just check out my June book haul, which I will put in the description bar below. So this is the last book for my planned TBR. Now when I say planned TBR, I basically mean things that I'm not scheduling for certain things. There are 2 readathons that I want to take part of this month. The first one is, of course, the Booktubeathon. Who doesn't want to take part in that? That starts July 14th and it ends July 21st. And the challenges and the goals for that reading challenge will be posted this weekend, I believe Ariel said. So I will leave a link in the description bar below to the Booktubeathon's YouTube channel. And the other readathon I want to take part of starts July 21st when the Booktubeathon ends, and it goes until July 27th, and that is the Underhyped Book Readathon. There is a Goodreads group for that, so I will leave that link in the description bar below. And basically, the goal of that readathon is just to read books that are on your shelf that have less than 5,000 Goodreads ratings. And I looked at mine, and I have like 25 to 30 books that are just on my shelf that have less than 5,000 ratings. And I decided that's a lot. That's too many. That's too many books for me to choose from. So I went down to 1,000. And then I realized, I've got like 7. So let me go down to 500. And I have to choose between those 5-6 books, which I will be putting up a separate TBR video for both those readathons later when the readathons actually come. So look forward to that. And besides that, those books I just showed you are the only books I plan on reading. The rest of the books for my readathons are kind of up in the air. You know, I'm not sure what I want to do based on the challenges or my reading mood. So look forward to those TBRs. So before this video ends, I can't forget to include my TBR jar picks. At the end of June, I picked books from my TBR jar because I really needed to go to the library and I didn't want to have to go back in a couple days, you know, when I filmed this. So I pre-filmed that, which I will insert that footage here. Hey, it's me, Devin, and I'm going to be filming my TBR jar picks a little earlier than my actual wrap-up and TBR because today I'm going to the library and it would just be easier for me to pick up the books now than to have to go back in like 3 days to pick them up again. So I'm going to be doing this early and then just inserting it into the end of the TBR wrap-up video. So let's get started. Just to refresh our memories, this big jar is full of books that have been on my TBR list on Goodreads the longest, and this jar is a list of unfinished series that I really need to finish. So I'm going to start with the oldest TBR and then get on to the series. Let's see. Got that. Okay. Come on. And the book I chose is Enclave by Anna Aguirre. You see? Yep, you can see it. So that's the first book. Alright, and for my series I need to finish. Let's see. Na. Woo! That one fell out. La la. And the series I have chosen for this is the Chemical Garden series by Lauren DeStefano. That consists of Wither, Sever, and Fever, I believe? Yeah, Wither, Sever, and Fever. Hopefully combining these two trilogies, I'll be able to finish 6 books plus whatever else I choose for my July TBR. So I hope you guys had a great month of June and continue reading. Read what you want. And good luck in July. Happy readings. Bye. So the first set of books from my jar would be the books that have been on my shelf the longest. And I picked Enclave by Anna Guire. Technically, I only need to read the first one, which is Enclave. But just in case I've really enjoyed this book, I picked up the second and the third book in this trilogy. And those are Outpost and Horde, all by Anna Guire. These are a zombie apocalypse dystopian book, and the first one's really small and they get bigger and bigger. I've heard amazing things about this, so I cannot wait to get to these. And the second jar, which was the series that I started but haven't finished yet, I picked the Chemical Garden trilogy, which is Wither, Sever, and Fever by Lauren DeStefano. Now I've already read Wither, but to refresh myself, I might pick up the audio CD, which is right here. And the second book is Fever. And the third is Sever. So hopefully I'll be able to at least get down to Fever and get into Sever. If I can just knock out this middle book, I'll be happy, because then I can just put it back in the jar and I can pick this book out another time. So that would be my second jar. So that was all for my June wrap up and my July TBR. I hope you guys had a great meeting month last month, unlike myself. So hopefully July will be so much better. And if you're planning on joining any of these readathons, comment in the comment section. I would love to see if we're reading the same book, or maybe if we want to buddy read something for July or August. So comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe for more content. And I will see you guys soon. Bye. Happy readings. Alright, it's time to try to get this screenshot, shall we?